You didn't get to go. You didn't get to go for a ride in the Fiat. Oh, I think you're sad. You sad little puppy. You'll be fine. Right, good day everyone. Welcome back to the Two-Stroke Turbo channel. We've got Stella the shop dog here surveying the premises, making sure nobody steals the doors off of our Honda. Oh, what? Somebody stole the doors off of our... I'm just kidding. Stella's a good dog, but I don't think she has a mean bone in her body, and you can come steal the doors all you want. What are we working on today? We've always got something fun. Oh, let me show you this. So this is my old Chevy Cheyenne, and I've been doing a little cleanup and dreaming on this old C10 Chevrolet truck. It's a 1972 Cheyenne Super. You can see I've got the blue steel smooth wheels on this side with, I think they're 8-inch wide rims, could be 10s. And then on this side, for comparison, I whipped out my Krager's, 10-inch in the back and a 6 in the front, and I'm just trying to get an idea of what I like better. I actually like the tires on the blue wheels better than these. Are old and hard on the Krager's, but I do like the way the Krager's look. And I got them to hold air, and I just don't know. I just don't know. They're kind of mean, and they're chrome, and they're really hard to keep in good shape. You got to polish them all the time. If they get wet, they start to rust. Whereas the blue ones are, I don't really care. So Stella has moved on to a shady spot. She got too hot, and we are moving on. What are we doing today? Let's get to work. Let's quit yapping about dreaming and wheels and things. We're fixing up a car. We're fixing up a customer's car. This is Ima. We've had a few issues with oil burning, and we hope we resolved it. So the second time the engine's been out, first time we put a new piston, bored the cylinder, got the crosshatch correct. There was a bunch of scuffs and scars and scrapes on the piston, and I thought that might have been it. Put it back together, and still burnt oil. Found some porosity in the head, especially around the guide area of the intake. So new guides, new valves, a machined head for a little bit more compression, and seals. Put valve stem seals on it. So put the whole thing back together, cleaned up, made sure it rotates freely. We're going to put some oil in it and hook it up and put it back in the car. Stella has again changed her position. Giving you the updates here blow by blow. Stella, where else are you going to go? Where's the next spot? You good puppy. All right, so that didn't take too long. I got Ima's engine back in, and it's hooked up just temporarily. In other words, the mounts aren't tight. The transmission to engine only has 2 bolts, but I want to check some things. When I was rotating the engine here, just turning it over by hand with my thumb, it didn't feel like it had a lot of compression. So I took off the valve covers, which are up inside there, and I adjusted my valves. They were a little tight. I think there was a piece of grit or something in the seat, and I want to check it for oil. So I think we're ready to start this thing. I'm hoping it'll start. So let's take a look inside here. Yeah, you can see my rocker covers are off. I should have a little bit of play on one of the other. Yes, they're in the compression stroke right now, so there's no play, but that's okay. I can roll it over. And I want to check for oil flow. I want to make sure there's plenty of oil getting up in there. So let's see what happens. I'm going to turn the gas valve on, turn the choke on, and then hit the key. Whoa! I fired up on the running. Turn the choke off. And it will. That didn't take much at all. Sounds like they have good compression. A little bit of noise coming out the stroke. Check to see if we're charging. We appear to be charging. Give it a little bit of gas. Okay, we got oil now. I'm going to shut her down. Started up way too easy. Turn the gas off. Okay, I'm going to put my valve covers back on there, and hopefully I don't get oil spitting out of the top of the engine. Doesn't look like it yet. That's a good sign. So sounds good. I've got some fuel leaking there someplace. Just got to tidy this thing up and do some final adjustments. I want to do a compression test once I get this thing warmed up and check that, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we got the valve cover gasket, valve covers back on. IMA, we got the gas turned on. I want to let her run a little bit, check for smoke out the exhaust, check for any leaks at all. I know I do have a bit of a fuel leak here someplace. Let's wipe the floor, kind of get a fresh start, and see if she'll turn over. That was pretty easy. She's running. Okay, the moment of truth. She's smoking. You see a little bit, but I don't see any big clouds. I'm gonna put my light down there. Is that fuel smoke? Is that oil? Could be in the muffler. Right there, I guess. Not like it used to be. Good morning, it's the start of another day. You guys have seen me driving my 1952 Singer all summer. Unfortunately, today is the last day for driving this car. It happens to be the first day of fall, and we are expecting 3 inches of rain come 2 days from now. So I can't drive this car in 3 inches of rain. It has no wiper, no heater, no top. I've used it a lot. It's been great. It's my truck. You can see I've got the Porta-Power that I just purchased in the back of the trunk of the Singer to fix my Honda, pull out the A pillar, the B pillar, and are you kidding me? What are you doing in here? Did I catch you? You look very guilty, Stella. Stella, the shop dog, likes comfort, and I think she just figured out that this is an open car. She has been around cars her whole life and seeks out comfortable seats to take naps in. And although she's not looking at us, come on, Stella, come on out of there. Come on. She likes finding soft places to be. She's very, oh yeah, there you go. I put these little seats over here behind this Corolla for her to sit on in the sunshine in the morning, but she would rather have something more comfortable. Anyhow, so we got the Porta-Power for the Honda, but we've got a lot going on. We've got to work on the Isettas today, so we're going to get back to that. But this is just a quick commercial interruption to add a little flavor to our video. Stella, you ready for the rain? I'm not. I really enjoyed this summer, but I think summer's coming to an end very quickly. And therefore, we're going to say goodbye to the Singer. We're going to put it away for the winter. Okay, so the verdict is in. IMA is still a bit of a smoker. Not terrible, way better than it was, but I don't know if you can see. Let me rev it up a little bit. Maybe the rings aren't quite set in yet, and the advancer's not working, so I got to work on that. I'm going to reach underneath here and grab the gas pedal like this and point the camera down at the exhaust. You ready? See the smoke? So a couple things. It does smoke a little bit, but it won't take full throttle. Here it kind of putting out. I'm going to turn it off here. This engine is equipped with electronic ignition. You can see the electronic ignition, the Pertronics, right inside there. And if I grab hold of the magnet, it's fixed. There's no advance mechanism. So that is a problem. It won't rev up. It's not getting full power. I don't think that can contribute to the oil burning, but we have a new piston, a freshly honed cylinder with the correct cross hatch, new valve guides with seals, and new valves. I don't understand why it would still be smoking unless there's residual in the pipe. unless the advance mechanism is causing it to backfire somehow, and I haven't driven the car to really set the rings in, so those things are all on the docket and upcoming. So I got to take the front of the motor apart and figure out why the advancer is not working. So that's next. Stay tuned for all the IMA drama that you can handle. Nothing like working on these old cars and making them right. Got to make them right. It's not right, fix it till it is. And even if the worst things in the world are going on with the cars, my dog Stella is laying out here in the parking lot absorbing the last of the summer sun. Today's the first day of fall. Stella, you don't want to get your belly warm? Just your backside? Oh, okay. You gonna show everybody on YouTube what your belly looks like? Oh, what a good puppy. Okay, so we've got IMA up on the lift, and we got the fan and the fan housing off on the floor, and we're looking at the advance assembly here. Normally there's an eccentric for the points to run on. This has electronic ignition, which is a pressed on aluminum hub, but this is supposed to still be advancing. You can see the springs there, just like a distributor advance mechanism. It does not rotate at all. You can see I've got my painted marks on there. I've got to take this apart and figure out if this is too tight, seized up, what, I don't know. I don't know how long this car's been running this way, but it can't be good for the motor. So we're going to pull the center bolt out of the crank here. We'll set that aside, and then we're going to take our special puller tool, which is a big bolt, and it's going to pull this cam off. I got to use my gun on that. Okay, so I used my gun, I got this loose, and you can see now this works. Like, you can spin this. If I could do it with one hand. See that? I can rotate this on the, I gotta take this apart. Something's causing this to bind up. To explain that a little better, I put it back on here. It's on the keyway, and you can see I can rotate this collar now. That's the way it should be. But when it's on all the way, somehow it gets bound up. So I got to figure that out, why it's getting bound up, because that won't run right. Okay, we finally figured out that the pegs behind this plate were interfering with the advance. Now the advance is great. You can see the weights come out. The advance moves as it should. It snaps back with authority. That's what we want. I just, if I tighten this too much, it spreads the whole thing and it doesn't work. So I'm gonna put a bit of Loctite, I think, on this and not have it quite so tight. So let's try it out. Let's see if it revs up. Oh, I gotta climb up in there. Okay, let me get a ladder. My ladder. Now I don't have the fan on this thing, so we're just gonna turn it on really quickly. Turn the gas on. Turn the ignition on. Okay. Running. Let's check everything. Seems pretty good. Let some oil pressure build up. Now I want it to run clean. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah. There we go. That's all I wanted. Okay, now I'm going to shut it down. So that made a huge difference. All right, so Stella has made it into the shop, being outside in the sun. It's too hot. It's not going to be hot the next couple of days, Stella, let me tell you. It's going to rain, 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 rain. We're expecting 3 inches of rain. Okay, so we're still fiddling around with IMA, the elusive oil burning Isetta, but it may not be burning oil so much anymore. I've got the fan back on, I got the housing back on, I've got the shields back on. I still have yet to tighten up a few things like the motor mounts and the exhaust, just because I want to make sure I'm not pulling this engine out for the 3rd time, the 4th, I can't remember. So let's start it up. I gotta find my ladder again. Little ladder, that is. Okay, so we got our battery hooked up. Let's turn our gas on. On. Let's see if it'll start. Fired right up. We're gonna let it idle here a little bit. Stella, you like an idling Isetta? No. I think the, well, my exhaust has got a little bit of a leak. That's what the pop, pop, pop is. But I think the mixture might be a little rich. Yeah, rich. But she's running good. And if you notice, a little bit of black smoke. Let's rev it up a little bit. Let's look underneath here, see if we're smoking. That sounds really good, and she's not smoking. I think we're cured. A little bit of black smoke, too rich. I'll fix that and adjust it. But no blue smoke. So nice. It's got good throttle, revs all the way up. That's nice. That's the way it should be. I think I'd like to do a compression test. Ooh, I'm gonna turn the gas off before she floods over. Always got to turn the gas off. There we go. So I think, other than just the fan shroud, the outer casing, driving it, getting it cleaned up, I'm hoping it doesn't smoke. I got to fix a lot of little things, but I think we're good. I think Ima is finally recovered. It's been a long time.